Hi guys, today I have a review for you on a cute little newborn diaper. This is the Thirsties Natural All-in-One in the newborn size. This one is called Dreamscape, this little print here, and it's one of their newer ones. Oh my gosh, can we just talk about how freaking adorable this tiny little newborn diaper is? Like, oh, it's just so cute. We have about 8 of these in our collection, and our son is now 2 months old, but we haven't been using these for a while, but we did use them in the beginning quite a bit. So let me tell you guys a little bit about this little diaper here. So first of all, we have just one little snap down rise setting. So you can go as small as this here, or you can snap it completely out, which is just a little bit bigger. It does have a snap down for the belly button or umbilical cord, so it snaps down with a little dip here, so this little part up top isn't irritating the belly button or doing anything funky with it. They do just have one single snap around the edges. If you have any like one size diapers, you probably notice that you usually get 2 snaps on the hips here, but you only have one little snap for the newborn size. Inside you have 2 little soaker tabs, plus the lining here is also absorbent. This is a 55% hemp, 45% cotton blend, and hemp absorbs a lot of moisture. You don't have you just have a single leg gusset here, and the elastics are really nice. They're not very stiff and hard, you know, they're not gonna hurt little baby's legs or anything. You have the flat tummy panel up here, and it's like about 1 inch big, so that helps prevent against leaks because you're not having the fabric come all the way up to the top here. You've got this little bit of waterproof protection. On the back side it also has the elastics, but like I said, they're not super tough, so you're not going to be hurting the baby in any way. There's plenty of nice soft give on those, and that helps contain the poo-splosions out the back of the diaper, as well as the little leg gussets here. All of the, you know, all the elastic parts are really going to help keep any of the poo inside. So that's about it for the anatomy of the diaper itself. Let's talk a little bit about my experience with it with our baby boy. Like I said, he is 2 months old now. We haven't been using this for about a month now. It really only worked for us for the first 3-4 weeks, honestly. He was born 8 pounds 5 ounces, and we did start off on the smaller rise setting with the little snap down on the umbilical cord. That worked fine for a couple weeks, but it wasn't too long before we snapped out the whole thing for him to fit into it. He had his umbilical stump for quite a while. I feel like it was a little over 2 weeks, maybe 17 days or so, so we did have to snap it down for quite a while, and that's one thing about newborn diapers. If you're contemplating, should I even invest in a newborn stash, the umbilical stump is really the only issue that comes with whether or not I can use one sizes. If you have a baby who loses their umbilical stump really early, which you can't predict, you know, then one size diapers would probably be a better investment than worrying about newborns. If your baby holds on to their newborn stump for quite a while, like our little guy did, you probably do want to end up going with at least a few, you don't want a couple, that's not gonna last you very long, newborn diapers. So these worked perfectly the first like 2 weeks that we were cloth diapering. They were great for overnight changes because it's just one piece, it's just one stupid thing. You don't have to like fold a pre-fold or worry about an insert or do anything. You just take this, put it on the baby, you're done. Absolutely easy. Anybody can do this. And we were using them at nighttime because it's easier to do an all-in-one diaper at 2 o'clock in the morning than to mess with all the other stuff, right? So these only lasted about 2 weeks or so using overnight, you know, where he's sleeping 2 to 4 hours stretches, and we're changing him every time he wakes up to nurse, right? So these worked fine for that period of time. After that, we had to start adding a little hemp insert inside. We used a Green Mountain Diapers hemp size small insert, and they are perfect size. Let me go grab one for you. So this is one of the Green Mountain Diapers hemp size small inserts, and they are perfect size to fit inside this little guy. That's it, tucked all the way the very top underneath these little flaps. It's a little bit big, but once you take the you just kind of like scoop up the back side here, it fits absolutely perfectly inside of this thing. So after about 2 weeks, we did have to start adding this little doubler guy in there in order for him to last through the nighttime. But it wasn't very long at all before he started peeing through this whole thing, even with that little insert inside. At 2 weeks, he was peeing through this by itself in an hour and a half. At like 3 weeks, he starts peeing through this whole thing in about an hour and a half. And by 4 weeks, this with the other doubler in there, he was only lasting about 45 minutes during the daytime. In like week 4, I started using them only at daytime because they were not working for the nighttime anymore. So 45 minutes before he was a month old, that's just kind of crappy. But I mean, it's just hard to say. You really have to judge it on your own, because it was really nice to have these the first couple weeks, and they worked perfectly fine the first couple weeks, but after that he started peeing through them like nobody's business. So the issue that we had overnight, where we were leaking from, wasn't through the legs or anything. I don't think we ever had a poo leak, so they were pretty good for holding the poo in, but these little tabs here where you're crossing over to actually snap onto him, because this is all absorbent material, it's not the PUL waterproof stuff on the tabs, that's always where we were wicking. Right like on his hips is where we would get the leaks, where the moisture was just coming up. Like, you know, if this is all wet on the inside and it just slowly wicks its way up to these outer edges, all these edges are like half waterproof, half not. So anywhere where his clothing is touching that absorbent part could potentially, you know, start wicking the moisture out of the diaper onto his clothes, and that's where we always got the leaks, like right around his hips. So is it worth it to have a bunch of all-in-ones just to last you like 2-3 weeks? That's a decision you have to make on your own. Like I said, the little umbilical stump cord snap down was really nice. They are super freaking adorable, but they're a little more expensive. They're all natural fibers. It's not any microfiber in here, so they are a little more expensive because that's just how natural fibers are. It's really a decision you have to make on your own. And I know that's kind of a sucky thing to say, especially for a review video, but I enjoyed having them. I'm glad that we had them, but they were expensive for only lasting like 2-3 weeks. Now, I will leave some links below if you guys are interested in our newborn cloth diaper journey, just kind of some random updates about how things were going. I talk a little bit about these guys and also about other newborn cloth diapers that we were using at the time. If you're interested in just newborn cloth diapering in general, I will leave links below to our other cloth diapering videos about that stuff. I do hope this review was a little bit helpful for you guys. At least you got to see a little bit of this cute, adorable little diaper. I cannot get over how adorable tiny little newborn diapers are. Like, these are so cute. Like, see how tiny that leg hole gets? Like, if you have a teeny tiny little baby, it's totally going to fit him. I mean, our baby was kind of a big boy, and it worked pretty well for him, but just teeny tiny little babies would totally be fine too. So I hope you guys kind of got something out of this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!